Hey everyone, it's been a while since I last uploaded a video, but I thought it'd be about a good time to do a price update for the first edition Machamp. So let's go and take a look at the history of my videos. So the first video was from 2017. It's got the most views I've ever got for a video, but it highlighted the problem that people were asking high prices for the first edition basement champ from base set, but it was not worth the value they were asking for because they misunderstood what the first edition stamp had meaning wise, in terms of that every single version was a first edition Machamp. So that was the first one in 2017. We then did a price update in, so I'm just checking over here, in 2020. Yeah, so it was about June, so roughly about a year ago. We did a price update. People still asking ridiculously high prices. So I thought, why not make a video? We'll do a quick update, have a look at some sold listings on eBay, and some prices people are asking for the first edition base set Machamp. So these ones are the ones with the border here. The ones without the border are known as shadowless. We're mostly focused on these ones because these are the ones that were widely available, and still are widely available. So let's hop over to eBay and see what's what.
So we've headed over to eBay. We've searched for sold listings of the first edition Machamp from base set. These are the ones with the first edition stamp. They will be mostly shadowed. I think there may be one or two with shadowless. But as we go down, we can take a look and see. So £8.50, really good price. Very cheap for the card itself. £15, again condition is looking really clean on this card, even though it's only small. You can tell it looks like it's in a really good condition. So obviously warrants the £15 price tag there. We go down a little bit lower. We've got bad condition, even listed by the seller, which is good of them to list. We've got some whiting around the edges, some poor edging around here, even a crease here. But again, $5.99. I'd probably say that's quite pricey for the condition of the card, but it is what it is. People are happy to pay those prices. Maybe it'll go into a folder or something like that. And we scroll down again. $4.99. I think this person's got an absolute bargain based on this picture. Maybe if we click through, we get some more damage. Maybe a little bit down here and on the edging just here. But for $4.99, again, the prices are low. They're cheap. They're affordable. For a first edition stamp, again, because obviously they were mass produced with the first edition stamp on them. They're not rare. They're not that special. So we scroll down again. We've got another one selling for £4.43. Again, the condition's not going to be brilliant on these. Obviously, this one says played, so that's why the price tags are really low. I would expect people to be paying somewhere between sort of £8 to £15 for these cards in these conditions. If you scroll down, as you see here, someone's got a really good price here for £112. Got a PSA 9. That's really, really good for this kind of condition card. I would definitely have tried to purchase that myself. So we go down again a little bit further, £5.50. We got a little bit of damage just here, and on the corners you can see that silvering effect that happens because of the hollow card that's underneath. So again, £5.50. It's cheaper because of the damage. That's what people are paying for. So if you scroll down again, someone's got a really good bargain here. PSA 8.5. Some people don't like the 0.5s. Personally, I quite like collecting 0.5 graded cards. They're just that little bit more rare and a bit more interesting. But for £90, buy it now. Someone's got a real bargain there. So if you scroll down again, £2 for this one, one bid. Again, you've got that damage on the corners. Obviously, not a very well loved card. Unfortunately, it's been played with. So if we scroll down, we found this really good example of why these cards can fetch a higher price. Again, $26.99 is not bad. Based on this card and what you just saw the PSA 9 sell for over £100, we will click through here and show you the condition of this card. So if we scroll down, just get a better picture here. So here you can see this card is very, very, very clean. It's well looked after. The corners are really nice. They're really clean. There's no scratches apart from this very faint one that you can see just above his arm on the right hand side. But on the left side of that hand, you can see what's known as the roller line. So when they're on the print machine, they'll go through obviously the print machine, and if the rollers are go over the hollow, you get these sort of scratches looks. But PSA kind of are quite lenient on those because they're manufacturer problems. It's not actual damage to the card. It's just how they come off the print line. So as you can see, you've got one at the top there, and then there's a very faint one at the bottom left of the hollow. You can see a very straight line, so they're just like from the roller machines. But again, overall, this card is really, really clean, really, really nice. If you look again here, you can hardly see any damage. It's very clean, no issues with it. I would expect this, just based on that ever slight scratch, which may even get overlooked by PSA, to be a 9, possibly a 10. They're a bit more stricter now, so maybe not. But here you can see the back. You got a couple of little white specks at the bottom, but as we go around the card, little white speck just there on the left. But the card itself is absolutely stunning. It's so clean. The corners are perfect. The position is ever so slightly off, ever so slightly, where the border on the left is just slightly thicker than the border on the right. But the top looks quite good, and the bottom looks quite good as well. So it's just that left to right, it's just slightly off. But again, a perfect example, just a very clean card which warrants that extra pricing, because if they send it off to PSA, they're paid what, £27, 28, £29 postage. And then if they send it to PSA, it comes back a 9. They sell it for over £100 odd. They've made some really good investment there. So yeah, but as you can see, the prices again, they're not very high for these kind of cards. So this one looks like in quite good condition. They paid £7. Here's one, looks in okay condition, $3.99. So there might be a bit of damage on that one. Here we go again. This one looks really clean, actually, really nice. Again, £6.50. It says played, but looking from this picture, it doesn't look too bad in condition. And then you got one here for $1.99. So I guess the back must be destroyed on that or something to be so low. And then here you got another reasonably clean card. There's a little bit of scuff marks around the corners, which is expected because these cards are very old. We played with them a lot when we were kids, so some of them don't survive with the nice edges. It was a card game after all. We did play with the cards. So this one's £4.60. Again, we got a really good example here, which is the actual still in its cellophane wrapper, £35. That's a really good price. Again, you'd know it's going to be a clean card because it's still in its original cellophane wrapper. And you know what? Those kind of prices are good because it's original, it's still in its original cellophane. The condition's going to be great. I know it's going to be a great collector's piece. It's not something I would open and send to PSA. It's something that I would just buy and keep in my collection. And if we go down a bit further, again, another clean example, but the price, £8. So these cards are not fetching huge amounts of money, not the kind of money people are asking for. For example, if we went back to the original sold listings, sorry, not the sold listings, the purchase. I mean, this guy's asking £30. someone just paid £35 for a brand new one in cellophane. So these prices are not really gonna sell unless the cards are so mint that they know they get a PSA 9 or 10. So 22, 44. It's very high priced. Again, it would have to be immaculate to be warrant those kind of prices. So here we go. We've got a shadowless, £26 bid so far. I expect that to go to maybe 100, 125, if not more. Again, 17.99. I can already see that there's some slight scratch damage on this card. Maybe even here as well. It looks like there's a bit of a scratch along the border. Again, another shadowless, 39.99. It's not a bad price. Scroll down. So this is more the price you'd be looking for these cards. Again, based on condition, this one says creased and they're still asking $9.99. So you'd have to really want that card. I think you can find better examples. So here you got one for £7.50. This is more of the price range between £7.50 to £15, depending on the condition. So here we got one which is £16.99. By the looks of it, you can tell that there's some scuffs along the hollow, which obviously would decrease the value. I'd probably be looking to pay more, around the £10 mark for something with lots of scuffs on the hollow. So here again, it's not a bad price. I mean, you're looking towards that £50 mark, but it's still in its original sealed cellophane from all those years ago. That's not a bad investment. Scroll down. So obviously you've got some played $6.99. Again, as you can see a little bit of damage there. So basically, the condition of the card is going to warrant the different kind of price that you're going to pay for it. It just depends on how clean you want your card, but I would expect the clean cards to roughly go up to £15. So this is a perfect example. It looks quite clean. It's in that price point that I would pay for it. So and then here, this one was £24.95. I can already see there's damage on this corner and this corner. So looking at the back of the card, and it's saying near mint. I wouldn't think that would be near mint, unfortunately, and it definitely wouldn't be worth those kind of prices. But again, here this one is really damaged, really scratched, really terrible corners, and they want £9.50. It's just not worth that. Maybe $1.99 at best. And then again here you've got one which is reasonably clean, looks off-centered, but £7, that's probably not a bad purchase overall. Again, £15, £14, £15, that kind of area for your higher end cards, for the cleanness of it. Then obviously even your shadowless here is $39.99. So it's moderately played. But for looking from the front of the card, it looks quite clean. So it might be a nice purchase for your folder. But on the back, you might have more damage. So it wouldn't be something you send to PSA. It's something you keep in your folder. And then obviously we've got some that are asking more based on the condition. £32.50 probably won't sell for a while until the overall market goes up for the Machamp first edition cards. Especially when you've got cards that are asking sort of like the £15 and £10 mark. But again, it's all based on the condition. I mean, this one, it wants £20 for it, and you can tell already there's lots of damage on this card. And just by looking at the corners, there's probably some scratches by the way the hollow looks. So £20 not worth it. Here you go again. Another example. Looks quite clean so far, just from the original picture. And they're looking for £9.90, which is probably not too bad. Maybe just a little bit scratched there, but again, not bad for a folder or something like that. So there you go, guys. I mean, I would not be looking to pay any more than over the £15, unless it was an exceptional quality card. Then I'd be looking sort of £20 to £25. And if they were in a cellophane wrapper, maybe £30, £35. Maybe even all the way up to 50, depending on the condition. Long term, they will be worth more, just because they're original and have not been opened. So there you go, guys. That is a price update.
let me know in the comments what prices you've been paying for these first edition Machamps, and I will see you in the next video.